Synaptic communication is the process of communication between two nerve cells. When dendrites reach out and get very close to the axon terminals of other neurons, the space between them is called the synapse. Action potential is the signal that starts at the cell base and travels along the axon to the axon terminals. This resting neuron has an intracellular fluid with a higher concentration of potassium and a resting potential of negative 70 millivolts. As the action potential gradually depolarizes, opening the sodium voltage-gated ion channels, this creates the threshold at negative 55 millivolts. Sodium ions continue to go from extracellular to intracellular fluid until 30 millivolts is reached and the sodium ion channels close. The cell repolarizes and opens the potassium channels to move potassium ions from intracellular fluid to extracellular fluid. Action potential flows down the axon into the axon terminal because of propagation, which is when an impulse travels along a nerve fiber. When the action potential reaches the axon terminal, the neuron is called the presynaptic neuron, and the neuron that the signal is traveling to is called the postsynaptic neuron. Presynaptic neurons take action potential and make neurotransmitters to pass through the synaptic cleft to send to the postsynaptic neuron. The impulse opens up the calcium voltage-gated ion channels, and the neurons take the neurotransmitters and puts them into sacs, and then the neurotransmitters get pushed into the synaptic cleft through exocytosis. The synaptic delay is the time that it takes for the neurotransmitters to pass from the presynaptic neuron to the postsynaptic neuron. Once the neurotransmitter gets to the postsynaptic neuron, the ionotropic receptor, or the ligand-gated ion channel, opens and the neurotransmitter passes through to the postsynaptic neuron membrane. An excitatory neurotransmitter will continue the action potential, and an inhibitory neurotransmitter will stop the generation of action potentials. And that is synaptic communication.